buddies. How are you today, boys and girls? Thank you so much for being here at Crafting with Grammy. It makes me so happy you are. Hey, I just noticed I forgot to put on my earrings today. I better get into my jewelry box and put those on. For today's craft, we're going to be making these really pretty egg carton jewelry boxes. Something you could make for yourself, or I'll bet Mommy or Grandma would love one too. So settle in with me and let's get crafting. Welcome back. I'm ready to start crafting, aren't you? As always, I've got on my crafting apron and I brought out my craft basket to see what we'll need in order to make our really pretty egg carton jewelry boxes. So let's take a look inside and see. First, you're going to need an egg carton. Now, Grammy just happens to have a cardboard egg carton, but if you have the styrofoam kind, that'll work out just fine too. You're going to be needing a ruler. You're going to be needing some paint and a paintbrush to paint your jewelry box. You're going to be needing a pair of scissors. You're going to be needing some glue. Grammy's going to use a tacky glue today. And you're going to be needing some ribbon for the flowers on your jewelry box. Now, any color ribbon you choose is going to be just perfect. Grammy likes daisies, so today I've decided to use white ribbon. But you're also going to need green for the leaves and for the stems of your flowers. Now, if you don't have ribbon at home, no problem. Just cut strips out of colored construction paper, and that'll work out just perfect. You're going to need a center for your flowers. Now, Grammy's always got buttons and gems and things left over from projects that I've done. So if you can find something like that, that'd be terrific. Ask Mommy, maybe she can help you. But for today's craft, Grammy's just going to use two little pom-poms for hers. Now, if there's anything that you'd like to decorate your jewelry box with, I'm sure that you can find all kinds of wonderful things, and that would be great. We only have one item left, and that's our hot glue gun. And as always, this is very important. If you don't have a low temp glue gun, you need to get help. So ask Mommy or Daddy, or maybe an older brother or sister can help you with this, okay? Very important. And that's it. So let's make some jewelry boxes. All right, let's get started. Grammy is zoomed in really close so that you can see exactly what we're doing today. So first, I'd like you to take your paintbrush and your paint. And we're going to paint the outside of our egg container, the entire outside. So Grammy's going to go ahead and get started. And these do take quite a while to dry, so I want you to start with this step. But you're just going to give it a good coat of paint. And it does take a while to dry, like I said. So if you want to go ahead and get started with that, and I'll meet you back here in just a little bit. All right, did everybody get their egg carton painted? Grammy chose blue because it reminded me of the sky, and it just made me happy. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside and let that finish drying. And we're going to move on to the flowers that are on top of our jewelry boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and move this also so that you can see really well what I'm doing. So get out the ribbon that you chose for your flowers. Now remember, Grammy chose white because I wanted mine to look like daisies. So whatever color you chose, it's going to be just perfect. So if you'll get that ribbon out for me, you're also going to be needing your ruler. And you're also going to be needing your pair of scissors. So we're going to start by cutting 4 lengths of ribbon that are 8 inches long. So Grammy will get started with that. So I just like to lay my ruler down in front of me, find my 8-inch mark, and just lay my ribbon right to that point, and then just go ahead and cut it right off. And you're going to do that 4 times. All right, so now Grammy has 4 ribbons that she's cut into 8-inch lengths. Has everybody got that? Terrific. All right, we'll go ahead and set those aside. And I want you to get that ruler back out and the ribbon. Now you may be using an alternating color on your flowers, which would be great. Grammy's just going to do her all in white today. So now I'd like you to cut 4 lengths of 6 inches. So find your 6-inch mark on your ruler. All right, and just lay your ribbon right next to that 6-inch mark. And we're going to go ahead and cut those. And again, I'll need you to do that 4 times. All right, so now everyone should have 4 8-inch lengths and 4 6-inch lengths. Has everybody got that? Terrific. All right, we're going to go ahead and set our scissors and our ruler aside. We won't be needing those for a while. All right, and we're also going to set those 6-inch pieces aside, and we're going to start with the 8-inch pieces. So get out your glue guns. Now remember, very important, if you don't have a low temp glue gun, you need to get help with this, okay? So I want you to take the very first piece of 8-inch that you have, and we're just going to put a little bead of glue right on the end of it. And we're going to connect that and just make a loop with that. So Grammy will get started doing that. So you're just going to put a little bit of glue on the end and just bring the other side over and glue them together, just like so. Okay, so that you have a nice circle. And I'd like you to do that with all of them. So Grammy will get started real quick. So now we've got 4 circles out of our 8-inch lengths. All right, now go ahead and take one of those and kind of twisting it so that you can get to the inside here, okay? So see how I did that, one on top of the other, but I pulled the other one out? We're just gonna put a dab of glue right in the center on the bottom part so that we can glue them together, okay? So Grammy will do hers real quick. Just a little bit goes a long way. Hot glue gun goes back in its holster so we don't get burned. And we're gonna glue those together, just like so. So you end up with a little bow tie shape. All right, everybody got that? All right, let's go ahead and finish all 4 of them real quick. So now we've got 4 little bow tie shapes. Has everybody got that? All right, now we're gonna do the exact same thing on our 6-inch strip. So Grammy will get started with that. All right, so everybody should have bow ties made out of their 6-inch length and their 8-inch length. I'd like you to take one of the 8-inch length bow ties and put just a dab of glue right in the center of it. So it's gonna go right there. And then I'd like you to grab another one of those 8-inch length bow ties, and we're gonna put it just across there, just so that you get a perfect X out of it. Everybody got that? All right. Super. Now, right on top of that one that you just glued, we're going to glue another one. So again, put just a little dab of glue there. Perfect. Grab another one, and we're going to set this one on the diagonal. So it's going to go right in between the others, and you're just going to set it right on top. Great. Just see the way we're separating those out? Terrific. One more. All right, another little dab of glue in the middle. Just like so. And this time we're going to turn it and we're going to go this way with it so that you end up with a perfect little flower bow, just like so. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with our 6-inch length little bow ties, okay? So Grammy will now get started with that. All right, so now we finished our 8-inch lengths and our 6-inch lengths, and we have 2 perfect little flowers, but we're going to combine the 2 and make them even fuller and more beautiful. So what I'd like you to do is put a little bead of glue right in the center of the larger of the 2, just like so. Perfect. And then we're going to take the smaller one that you just finished, and we're going to set it right on top of that other one, just like so. Give it a good little push, make sure it holds really well, and there you have it. Isn't that pretty? Your perfect little flower. All right, we're gonna move on to the center. Now, remember I asked you could use buttons, you could use anything that you came up with around the house. Grammy's just gonna use her little pom-pom. So if you have pom-poms, that would work out just perfect. So we're just going to put a little dab of glue right in the middle of our flower here. We're going to stick our pom-pom right on top. And that's going to be the center of our flower. The bumblebees need to have a place to go, right? All right, we'll set that pom-pom right on top. Give it a good little push. Terrific. All right, and there you have your perfect little flower. Aren't those pretty? All right, you're just going to want to repeat that step a second time and make 2 flowers, okay? Grammy will wait right here for you. All right, so by now you should have your 2 beautiful flowers made. How did yours come out? Aren't they pretty? All right, we're gonna go ahead and set our flowers aside for now. We're gonna make some leaves. All right, so Grammy will set those aside. And if you'll get out your green ribbon or your green construction paper, whichever you're using, and Grammy's gonna put some white down so that we can see exactly what we're doing here. I'd like you to get out your ruler and your scissors. Grab those, and we're gonna cut 3 pieces 3 inches long, okay? So Grammy will get started with hers. So again, I'm gonna lay my ruler out and just roll my ribbon right to the 3-inch mark, just like so. All right, and then just go ahead and cut that. Terrific, just like that. Okay, and Grammy's already got some cut over here, so I'll grab those. So by the time you're finished, you should have 3 pieces cut 3 inches long of your green ribbon. Okay, great. Now we can get rid of that ruler because we're done with that for now. All right, so this is pretty tricky, so I'm going to get as close to the camera as I can. We're going to take that little piece of 3-inch ribbon and we're going to turn it over on top of itself. We're going to roll it. Can everybody see that? All right, and then we're going to glue it right there so that it turns out to be just a little loop. And you're going to be bringing those 2 corners together. Let me grab that. There we go. And those 2 corners are going to match up to make a little diamond shape, okay? And that's going to make our leaves. So Grammy will go ahead and do this first one here. So we're going to grab just a little bit of glue and put it on the corner of, or the end of one piece. And again, looping that around just like so. There we go. And I'm going to glue it so that those corners come together just like that. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, see the way I brought them together? All right, we're going to do that with all 3 pieces, okay? Let's go ahead and set those aside for now. And let's check on our egg cartons and see if they're dry yet, okay? All right, Grammy's egg carton is all dry. How about yours? Is it dry yet? I know they take quite a while. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So by now you should have 2 flowers and 3 leaves. Everybody got that? Terrific. All right, so go ahead and get that green ribbon out again. Grammy's got hers. All right, and we're going to go ahead and lay that down and decide how long we need that in order to make the branches for our flowers. And mine looks like it's going to be about right there. So you can just measure yours before you cut so that you know. So you want to bring it up about halfway up onto your carton and then down around to the front. Everybody see that? Let me see if I can turn this and do it this way. There we go. If you want to start right at the base of the opening of your jewelry box, okay, and then bring it up at an angle and measure about where you're going to put your flower. And I think I'm going to put mine about right there. So that's the length that I'm going to go ahead and cut that stem for my flower. So Grammy will go ahead and get started doing that. Easy, super easy. And we're going to do that a second time. All right, so Grammy's just going to go ahead and cut that same length. Great, just like so. All right, so now I've got 2 stems for my flowers. So we need to decide exactly where we want to put our flowers on our jewelry box. So I think that I'm going to bring mine up about from the center. I'm going to go both ways from the center. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my stem right between, see the 2 openings here? I'm going to glue mine right in the center. And again, you're gluing it on a diagonal so it'll come out just like that. Everybody see that? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue mine down now. So I'm going to start at the front here. Put just a little dab of glue right between those 2 openings there just to catch that ribbon. Great. Go ahead and set my ribbon on there just like so. Perfect. See how I did that on the angle? Great. And we'll go ahead and cut that little hanging down piece in a minute. That's no problem at all. Okay. All right. Then you're going to want to go ahead and just follow the angle of that ribbon and just run a bead of glue and lay that ribbon right on top of it. Just like that. I do the exact same thing with my other stem. So again, I'm going to put a little bead of glue just right on top of that other stem that I did. And I'm going to lay my ribbon down at an angle, just like so. Perfect. See how I've got them crisscrossed? You can put yours anywhere you want. I just wanted mine centered on mine. Whichever way you want to do it is terrific. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and run a bead of glue right where that ribbon is going to go and stick that ribbon right down on top of there. Terrific. Let's put our leaves on now, okay? So we're going to grab our leaves that we made. Remember, we made 3 of them. You can certainly make more than that if you'd like. It's however many you want to do, okay? And when you glue these on, you're going to be gluing the little diamond shape, the end that you made here. So you're going to be gluing it right at this end and putting it down so that it looks just like a leaf. Go ahead and glue those on. Again, just a little dab right in the corner. And I think my first leaf is going to go there, and it's entirely up to you where you put your leaves. You just don't want to put them too close to the top because they won't show because the flower will take up most of that space, okay? So you want to keep your leaves pretty low on your branch here. So Grammy will do one more here. And I think I'm going to run one right in the center, right across from that other one. And I'm going to do one more, and I think I'm going to put it right there. All right, so now let's glue our flowers down. Are you ready? Okay, go ahead and take one of your flowers, and we're just gonna put a dab of glue right on the back of that flower there. So Grammy will do that real quick. I get another glue stick in there. I ran out. It doesn't take much, just a little dab of glue. And we're gonna set that down right at the top of our branch, just like that. All right, everybody got that? Terrific. Grammy will do the next one. All right, one more pretty flower again. Little dab of glue in the middle, on the back, and we're going to set it right at the top of that branch that we put down. All right, so now that we've got our flowers on, we're going to concentrate on the bow that we're going to put right across here in the front. So we'll go ahead and set that aside for now. And we're going to go ahead and get out our ribbon again. Now, Grammy's just going to use her white ribbon that she used before. But if you wanted to use an alternating color, a different color, that'd be really pretty too. So I want you to cut, again, another 8-inch length, just like we did the first time with the flowers. So Grammy will get her ruler out and measure to that 8-inch length and go ahead and cut once. All right, and then we're going to do it again, another 6-inch length. So find your 6-inch mark on your ruler. Mine's right there, and we're going to cut one more length, just like we did with our flowers. Cut that straight across. There we go. Okay, Grammy will go ahead and set that aside. Now we're going to do exactly what we did with our flowers. We're going to make bow ties out of these. All right, now taking those 2 bow ties, making sure that the bottom part where you have the seam here, we're going to be gluing on that side so that we leave a really pretty finished edge on the other piece. And we're just going to glue that 6-inch piece right on top of that 8-inch piece, and making sure that we get it centered so that it makes a really pretty bow, just like that. Okay, so Grammy will go ahead and glue hers down. Just like that, making sure that you get it even so that both sides are even here. All right, give it a good little push. Super. And there you have your bow for the front of your jewelry box. Now, if you wanted to put a little gem or a button or something right here in the center, that would be really pretty. I'll leave that up to you, okay? So go ahead and get your jewelry box back out in front of you. Let me go ahead and get it back on the white so that you can see really well. All right, now get your ribbon back out. Mine is white, and I'm going to stick with white. You can certainly use a different color if you'd like, okay? And we're going to start in the back of our jewelry box, right in the center. And we're just going to put a little dab of glue there, just like that. All right. And I'm not going to pre-cut this ribbon because I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to need. So we're just going to go ahead and set that ribbon, and you've got it right along the top here, right on top of that glue, so that it's just right in the center there. Everybody see that, what I did? All right. Now you're going to run that ribbon all the way around your box there, your egg carton, and we're going to glue it as we go. All right. So it'll go all the way around and then meet back up at the other side where you first started gluing. So Grammy will go ahead and do hers. All right, and just finish gluing in the back there. Terrific. Everybody got theirs wrapped all the way around their carton? Super. I should start calling it a jewelry box, shouldn't I? It sure is getting pretty, isn't it? All right. Now, remember I said you may have this little piece hanging here on the green? Now would be the time to cut that off if you'd like to. I think I'm going to leave mine. I kind of like the way it looks. So it's entirely up to you. So now we're going to take that bow that you just made. So Grammy's going to go ahead and glue hers on. Takes just a little bit of glue. It doesn't take much. And I'm going to center it right in the middle of the two opening pieces on my jewelry box here. Get it all centered on. Perfect. And there's my bow. Isn't that so pretty? All right. Now would be the time if you wanted to add jewels or buttons or anything like that that you'd like to. That'd be just awesome. I think Grammy likes hers just the way it is. Mine kind of reminds me of the blue sky with my pretty little daisies. I just love it. I hope you love yours too. As always, thank you so much for being here at Crafting with Grammy. I hope you had as much fun as I did making these really pretty jewelry boxes. You know, mine kind of reminds me of spring, and that makes Grammy very happy. For our next video, we're going to experiment with acrylic paint. So get your paints out. We're going to do some acrylic pour painting. Aren't those pretty? If you like this video today, please give it a thumbs up and please press the subscribe button below. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.